So you see that if you look at a simple geometry, nothing very complicated, then based on the two basic assumptions that every atom is a sphere and atoms are touching each other, we can look at the BCC, we can look at the FCC. You should have a very good practice of very quickly drawing a cube, and in that cube you draw circles and so on, and you get the relationship. So once again, now this is a table, but this is a table for FCC metals. FCC metals. Again, aluminum, copper, gold, lead, nickel, platinum, silver, very famous metals used in engineering and other applications. The lattice constants A, the atomic radius R, both in nanometers, right? And right, these are the experimental values. These are the experimental values. This you can get from atomic theory, atomic tables, and this is the relation. Root 2a is equal to 4r. Root 2a is equal to 4r. So with this now, I mean, of course we can do more examples. You can find the a value from the table for any material, aluminum, this, that. You can find the atomic packing factor. But let us not repeat the problems. I always tell you that if you know how to solve one of them, then similar you can apply to the others. The only thing will be that the relationship was 4r is equal to root 3 or something. Here 4r is equal to root 2 or something. So that relationship has changed. Otherwise, one sphere or one atom is 4 by 3 pi r cubed in volume. The cube is a cubed in volume. So all the other things you can still do. So let us go to the third one, the hexagonal close pact. The hexagonal close pact. And we told you that metals do not crystallize into simple hexagon. Close pact, we will show you the diagram again, that there are extra atoms in the middle and there are atoms in the top face and the bottom face and so on, right? So they are there, and we will again count the number of atoms and we will see. So they will tell us again that the coordination number is 12. Here coordination number is 12. So if we can find the arrangement of the whole lattice, we see that any one atom is surrounded by 12 other atoms, and the atomic factor is 0.74. So the atomic packing factor is the same in hexagonal close pact as it is in FCC. So therefore both are close packed. One is cubic in nature, one is hexagonal in nature. BCC with an atomic packing factor of 0.68 is not close packed, it is normal. So a schematic diagram again, right? A schematic diagram again. You have a basic hexagon. So hexagon at the top, hexagon at the bottom, and then join them. So 6 corners at the top, 6 corners at the bottom. So 12 of these atoms, and one in the top center, one in the bottom center, one top face, one bottom face. And these 3 are inside. So if you try to see that how many are touching each other and so on, of course the bottom layer will be touching the middle layer, and the middle layer will be touching the top layer, and in the top layer and so on, this central one will be touching all the 6. So the central one will be touching all the 6. So there are 3 layers: this top layer where the center is touching all, this bottom layer where the center is touching all, and in the middle it is touching. So if you take any one from here, it is touching the top one, the bottom one, and so on. So you can find out that the total coordination number is 12 and so on. To do some calculations and so on, it is sometimes easy not to look at everything, to say make one prism out of it, this rectangular prism, right? The 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1 and so on. So now one side of the hexagon is A, and hexagon means all sides are A and the height is C. So this time, earlier in cubic there was only one length A, but because it is a hexagonal prism, so therefore the A is the side one length, one side, and there are 6 equal, and the height is C. So rather than trying to find out from here, let us go to the next slide and see how they do the rest of the calculations. So now they are saying that each atom now in the hexagonal system, corner atom is 1 by 6. We cannot find it by ourselves. I told you that if you do it in a package like AutoCAD, Solid, 3D, SolidWorks and so on, then you can slice on each of the faces, and then you can see that the corner one is actually 1 by 6 or 1 by 8. Here we take their word that they have already done it, they have already found it, so they know that the corner atoms are 1 by 6. There are 6 in the top and 6 in the bottom, so there are 12 total corner atoms. So 12 into 1 by 6 is 2 atoms, the corner ones. Now at the top face and the bottom face there are 1 atom, and we know face centered, when you slice the face it is half. So 2 into half is 1. And the 3 inside are full atoms, they are completely inside the body of the hexagon. They are completely inside. So 3 into 1 is 3. So 2 plus 1 plus 3, total 6 atoms per unit cell. 6 atoms per unit cell. So of course there are more atoms now. We see BCC 2 equivalent atoms, FCC 4 equivalent atoms, HCP 6 equivalent atoms. But this time the volume is also bigger, because it is not just like a cube, it is hexagon of A side multiplied by height C, right? So it will be different. But this is it, okay? Now there is one thing that the height of the hexagon is C and the basal side is A. Ideal C by A ratio, if there is to be an HCP where everything is perfectly touching each other, then mathematically we can find out that C by A ratio should be 1.633. In reality, because of the size of the atoms, it is not possible that all atoms which should touch are actually touching. They push them apart a little. So we will go to the table and see. But ideally, in an ideal HCP unit cell, the ratio of C upon A should be equal to 1.633. So here we are just showing you solid diagram and so on, that if we cut it, if we slice it, if we do sections, then this is it, that the face ones are like this and so forth and otherwise. So now this is the table for the HCP materials: cadmium, zinc, magnesium, cobalt, zirconium, titanium, beryllium. Again, most of the names that you know from normal engineering and normal chemistry and so on. But this time there are 2 constants from geometry, right? There is A, which is one side of the hexagon, and there is C, which is the height. These are the other things: atomic radius from the atomic table, C by A ratio. Ideal, if it is ideal, then C by ratio is 1.633. But here, this is the actual C, this is the actual A, divide it and see. So they are not exactly equal to 1. And deviation from this, so this is 13.6% more than this ideal, this is 15.7 plus 15.7 and so on. So the values are slightly different in percentage. What is the difference? For example, 1.89 minus 1.633 divided by 1.633. So what is the difference in the C by A ratio, right? So basically all this is just for fun, but this is the important thing, these 3, that these 2 are the unit cell of HCP, hexagonal close packed, the values of A, the hexagonal side, and the value of C and the atomic radius. So again, if these values are given, then we can do the calculations, but we need some equation before we can go on to the calculations and so on. One equation we know, C by A is equal to 1.633. If we do by theory, then C by A is equal to 1.633. So if we can determine A, we can find C. If we determine C, we can find A, and so on. Okay? So now again your favorite activity, that do an example. Calculate the volume of zinc crystal structure unit cell. Pure zinc has HCP crystal structure with a lattice constant of A is equal to 0.2655 nanometer and C is equal to 0.4947. So again, you should try to pause my lecture and think how you will do it. Go to a pencil and page and do it yourself. So if you have to find the volume for zinc, where zinc is HCP, so first we should find an equation or some expression for the volume of any HCP. Remember, the volume of BCC and FCC is A cubed. They were simple cubes. So whether it is BCC or it is HCP, the unit cell is A cubed. This time it is a hexagon. So first find a formula or equation, or call it whatever, for the volume of any HCP, and in that then put these two values. Then put A is equal to so much and C is equal to so much. So please, pause, do not go forward. You can go backward to any diagram, anything that you want. And then once you have done it yourself, mentally done it yourself, really done it, and take it as a challenge always, that no, I will not stop until I am satisfied that my answer is right. I will not look into the solution. Those of you who do this will find the quizzes and the exams very okay. Those of you who by nature and so on are not taxing their brain, then they will look into the solution. So for this particular example, they may be okay. If I change the example a little, they will be lost. So always, all the solved examples are there. Please solve them yourself. So you see, I am showing you the diagram. This is the HCP. This is the full HCP. Now, one simple thing, what is the volume? What is the volume of a cylinder, a round cylinder? What is the volume of a round cylinder? You take the base or the top, that is a circle. So area of the circle multiplied by height, isn't it? So same thing here, same thing here. The base or the top, the base is a hexagon. Find the area of the hexagon multiplied by C, you have the volume. You have the volume. So if you know from a geometry book the formula for the area of a hexagon, directly use it. If you remember it, alhamdulillah, because as long as you remember it correctly, I have no problem. If you don't remember the formula for the area of a hexagon, then we are showing you a simple technique here, very simple. That you see the base is here, just join the opposite diagonals, so you get this figure. And now you get 6 equilateral triangles, right? They are all equal. Now in this one triangle, one side is A, any side is A, isn't it? One side is A. So you take this one side there, and we know that this is an equilateral triangle. So, right? So therefore all angles are 60 degrees. So first, this is the hexagon. Divide the hexagon into these 6. Take any one triangle, take it out. This side is A, the angle is 60, 60, right? And this side is also A. So what is the height? What is the height? What is the area of a triangle? Half base into altitude, half base into height. So half into A into what is height, right? So that is it. So now you have a triangle. You have a triangle. If you take sine 60, then it will be H upon A. Understood? Sine 60 is opposite upon this. Sine 60 is H upon this. Cos 60 is half A upon A, and so on, right? So this does not work because H should be there. H should be there. You can even take tan 60 is H upon half A, right? So you can take sine, cos, tan, but take sine and then you will find it. So you will find the value of H from here, and half base into height. So half into A into H will be the area of one triangle. So let me quickly do it, right? So half base into height. So half A into A sine 60. Therefore, A squared sine 60 is the area of one triangle, and there are 6 like this. So 6 into this is 3A squared sine 60. So this is the area of the hexagon, and multiplied by C, you get the volume of the whole HCP. So now this is 3A squared sine 60 into C. This is the volume formula for any HCP. For zinc, put the value of A and put the value of C and whatever you have. Of course, if these values are in nanometer, then this is nanometer cube. So we will stop here for today, and we will continue in the chapter of crystal structures. And you are already on the 3rd major crystal structure, the hexagonal close packed. Thank you. See you next time. Ma salama.